Hi there. I'm showing you here is called, I grew up calling it polk salad, but it's called pokeweed, many other names here. Now, what you see here is these here berries. Now they will turn purple, and you can see a few with a few little blossoms here on it right here. So the thing is many people consider pokeweed or polk salad poisonous. Isn't that beautiful? And I got the seeds for this here last year, and I went with my seeds over here somehow, but that's good because I've got a polk salad plant. Now the thing is, for a polk seed or pokeweed or polk salad, this here, you can eat this, but here is the catcher. You have to boil the water. You have to cook it twice. You have to take and cook it the first time here with the leaves and all this here, and then pour the water out and then make a fresh batch. Now here is some right here. You can see right here is it's already turning purple. It's getting white right there. And I want to explain to you about the overall benefits of my plant here. Now pokeweed, of course, is a plant that's, South Central America, Mexico, and things like that. The benefits here of this poke root benefits, as they say, pokeweed or polk salad, as I call it, is considered part, medical value. Now, it's different preparations of poke root are useful for tonsillitis and swollen glands and other inflammations. It's also used here. So a lot of them would harvest the roots right here, and look at how big and thick that purple shoot is right here. And the berries, they use the berries as a dye. They would use the berry for a purpose of a dye, and also in other items as that. Now the thing is, traditionally, however, pokeweed was, very rarely used in many cases here. Boy, ain't that a plant? Now that's how huge this is. So you can see the height of this fence and how huge this is. Now the North Americans usually use it as a let stuff or to induce vomiting. Another common use for pokeweed was by dairymen, and they would make a tincture that reduced swelling in cows and udders of their stomachs. They got like 4 stomachs, so that would help them in their udders and everything also. The berry was also used as a coloring agent for food, as I was telling you, and is in fact still used today in food industry. What many people do not realize is that the pokeweed is actually toxic, and most animals are affected by eating it, starting from cattle that graze on it by mistake to wild pigs that tear up and eat its root without knowing. Thus, if pokeweed is consumed as a salad, now this is what I'm telling you, it should be boiled twice, and that's what I was telling you about. Because with the water from the first boiling, you throw out to remove all the toxins, and then you would boil it the second time. Like I say, I grew up eating this, so this here was something we did. It also, certain enzymes produced by the plant, such as can cause the red blood cells to clump up. In fact, the active ingredients in many of the most toxic plants enzymes known to men. So the thing is, in a situation, if you like polk salad, you can eat it. But remember, you've got to do it twice. You've got to take the smaller leaves, is better, and do it twice. And you can use the berries for purpose of food coloring in your stuff, and some of them actually used it as a dye in their overall plants. You can see here it's still very green right now on it. Now, recent studies, however, shown that the pokeweed herb does have some benefits. Laboratories have managed to extract what they call a PAP, is pokeweed antiviral protein, which has been stands for anything that causes the deletion or extraction of molecules from DNA of a cell. It's not very uncommon and happens regularly in living cells. Most animals, however, have mechanics, by which those portions of the DNA that have undergone will be added in. When this is not, the cell can lead to mutations because of a missing strand in DNA. It's believed that when happens in viruses, it will cause the virus to die or mutate, as they do not have any mechanics of replacing lost DNA. And also, they did a study on this here, on this here plant, and that they found that they may be able to use this here to help children who has leukemia, and may also cure it with leukemia through this here. But again, like I said, pokeweed extract is sold in many herbal shops and online as both herbal medicines as well as a supplement, yet very little is known about how this extract is taken. So if you don't know something about it, don't do it. Any extract from the plant is just as toxic as consuming the plant, as long as the toxins remain. So do not buy any extracts online like this. Now, some people may feel it will serve the purpose on it. They may be, let's say if you want to induce vomiting in there or something like that, then it's fine. But the thing is, I wouldn't buy the extracts. And the only way I would eat the leaves off this, you have to boil it twice. And again, you can use the berries and boil them and use them for a dye for food coloring. Now, says there's no history of topical application for pokeweed for skin. Many sites, pokeweed extract is an anti-inflammatory agent when applied topically, can be used to treat eye infections. Remember that none of these have been proven scientific. So, in that situation, I would stay away from those extracts. Many people wouldn't even touch this plant to begin with. But the fact is, in a situation, and I grew up eating poke salad. So this is something to have around. It's a pretty plant. I love the way it is. It's huge. I love the berries that's growing on it. I think it's a gorgeous plant. So in a situation, if you like poke salad or pokeweed as it's called, please cook it twice. You boil it once, and then you pour out the water and get rid of all the toxins, and then you cook it again the second time around before you eat it. So this here is part of the Jones Seed series. Something we learn new every day. Look at how gorgeous this is. And look at those berries coming up on this here. Now look at that. Ain't that wonderful? And they're so nice and healthy. Because I don't like putting bug spray and all. I like doing all my stuff as organic and natural as possible. I think it's just a beautiful plant. I love the way this is growing. Remember, do not buy any of these extracts online just because it says that it does this, this, and this. The reputation holds its limit. So please be careful. And if you're going to eat the leaves, remember, cook it twice. And remember to pour the old water out first before you eat it. So this here is Life Prepper. I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.